Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite podcast. I'm your host, Kelly. I didn't say the name of the podcast. Stop the Internet Podcast. I'm your host, Kelly.
I'm Jimmy.
We're excited about today's episode, you guys. We're going to be stirring the pot. We're talking about social media in relationships.
Ooh. Spicy.
Should we do a fun fact or should we just jump right in? Or should we do a social media related fun fact?
Yeah, that sounds fun. Do you have one?
I'll just ask you a question.
Okay.
Have you ever had a relationship and there was an argument or a fight that started because of social media?
No.
Okay, me too.
I don't think so.
I don't
think
so either.
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
Nope.
Okay. I think we should just jump right in.
All right, let's jump in.
Okay, I'm excited.
No arguments. Well, we could argue.
Yeah. The look you just gave me was scary. Okay, so I formatted this episode a little bit differently. I thought of a few different topics surrounding social media in relationships, and then I have a few stories for those topics that relate. So, what should we start with? Ooh, there's so many. Okay, we could start with the idea of how would you feel if your partner never posted photos of you on Instagram? I think it depends. I was in a relationship for a while and I dated this guy for like probably 2.5 years and probably posted 2 photos of his face the entire relationship because I just like didn't care to post. And we were so happy and it had nothing to do with like trying to hide it or like not share it, but I just like didn't care to share it. Mm-hmm. So I see it from that side, the like not sharing a ton. But then I also think it can be shady if someone refuses to post you in a relationship.
I think it depends a lot on time, like however long you're together, you know?
Yeah.
And also if that's like your MO, like you're always posting on social media, you're always posting like friends, you're always posting this and that, then I think I might feel some type of way that I'm like, okay, you're going to post every other person. And I kind of look at social media like you're sharing part of your life with someone. Like I want my social media to kind of be like a reflection of me. And like, I don't put that much thought into it like at all, but like I'll post what I'm doing or, you know, people that I care about. So then I think that I would eventually maybe feel a little bit upset if I'm never posting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have this idea too to like never post my relationship and then just hard launch on the wedding day. Like wouldn't that be kind of epic?
Yeah. And I mean, the people that are at your wedding are going to be people that probably have already met this person.
Yes, of course.
Because you care about him that much and you care about them if they're at your wedding. So like...
Yeah.
Fuck everyone else.
I kind of love that idea.
Yeah, that's
just like
cool.
Never post and be like, it's mine. It's like well, not that it's a secret, but like just one thing that you don't have to share online.
Yeah.
And then you're like, boom, married.
There's such like a big thing around like the hard launch and the soft launch now. Like where did this come from? Because it really, I feel like I never really heard it until like the last like year to 6 months. Like soft launches and hard launches are like the thing right now.
I have no idea where it came from, but I think it's hilarious. And I like the idea of it.
Yeah, no. I mean, everyone's been doing it, I feel like, for a while, right? It's the new Facebook official.
Yes.
That's what the soft and hard launch is.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, kind of. Because when you post the first photo of you and this person, like your faces on your Instagram feed, that's your hard launch.
That's your hard launch.
That's your Instagram official right there.
Yeah. And now that's like that's the go-to caption. It's
hard
like,
launch.
hard launch or soft launch. Like, haha.
Yeah, it's like you're the first person that thought of that. I also like the idea of just a soft launch for my whole life, my whole relationship, and nobody knows who the mystery person is, and then hard launch on the wedding day. But then again, if I had a really cute photo of me and my partner, I'd be like, oh, I want to share it.
Yeah, and like, we're not dating no ugly people. Like, hell yeah, I'm going to show off my man.
Yeah, I have to show him off.
Yeah, you know. I don't know.
I don't think I'm going to make it that far, but that would be so epic.
That would be.
Hard launch on the wedding day? Maybe I'll just save that and do it with the baby.
But like, what if you're like you're doing other things? Like normally, like if you were to go to another person's wedding, like a lot of people post then because like you're all dressed up and fancy. True. Maybe you could put like an emoji over their face. Like, you know how some people do that with their kids?
Yes.
You could do that with your husband, your fiance.
That I feel like would be a bit much.
Like post the engagement picture and it's just like the ring, like
and
the camera
just,
with the
blur
ring.
Them in the background.
Yeah, like his face is where the ring is.
Yes. Wait, that's funny.
I support it.
You do?
Yeah.
Should I? I also have two Instagrams. One's my private Instagram. That's like my real life and my normal photos. And then one's my brand Instagram. That's like the highlight reel, the photography, the pretty photos.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that one will be the hard launch. I don't know. We'll see, you guys.
Options.
Yes.
A lot on the table.
Okay, let's read our first Reddit story.
Okay.
My 20 male girlfriend, 19 female, is threatening to leave me if I don't like and comment on her posts on social media. First of all, to give you some context, we were together for 2 years. I broke up with her 2 months ago, and now we are trying to get back together since the beginning of this month. Although the social media thing was not necessarily the reason why I broke up with her, it was always one of the reasons why we had a lot of fights. I have tried to explain to her many times that I don't like social media and I don't feel comfortable with the idea of exposing myself on it. She thinks that I don't do it because I don't like her and I'm not proud of her. Therefore, she isn't worthy of being shown. However, that isn't the case at all. I've never ever exposed myself on social media. I only use it to chat with people, and that's literally the only reason. I only have published 2 photos in my life, and both are 5 years old. I have had other relationships in the past, and my posture was the same, but still she doesn't believe it. She says that I don't love her because true love is posting pictures with her on social media without her asking me to do so, and commenting cute things on her posts and reposting her pictures. I sincerely am unable to understand this because I know what I feel, and I know for sure that what I feel isn't defined by what I do or don't do on social media. She is now saying that she will give up on us if I don't change this. I would very much appreciate your thoughts on this. Thank you.
Bye. Can't wait to see the breakup posts.
Yeah, she seems immature. It's giving insecurity.
Yeah, and like I feel bad if, again, we were talking about this a little bit earlier, like needing validation.
Yes.
Like that sounds to me like she needs validation, but like why? Like especially if he hasn't posted in 5 years, like obviously he's not gonna, like that's not his thing. Like social media is for some people, not for other people.
So true. Like I wonder if she would feel differently if he just didn't have social media at all. Like, would she be like, you need to make an Instagram and follow people so that you can post pictures of me? Because that's a little much.
It's not like he's posting like Sports Illustrated like covers or something like that, like of these like Instagram models on his Instagram and not her.
I understand the idea of wanting your partner to post you and like the idea that your partner just posts a picture of you and you're like, oh, that was cute. So I kind of can see where she's coming from, but I would not give up a healthy, happy relationship with someone I love deeply because they weren't huge into Instagram.
No, me either.
Like that's a bit much.
Yeah, I think it's a bit much. And like if she's saying that she finds like what did she say? Like she finds like love or like shown by posting each other.
She says that he doesn't love her because true love is posting pictures with her on social media without her asking.
You better call it Merriam-Webster definition of love because that sounds fricked.
I do not think that's what love is.
No, that is not what love is.
I have been trying to be more open-minded though about how people receive love because I said this on the last episode. But one of our stories from the holidays that got a lot of opinions was, am I the asshole for telling my husband that I don't like the Christmas gifts he gets me? Mm-hmm. And everyone was like, yeah, you're the asshole. Like, it's a gift. Like, who cares? It's just a Christmas gift. But I was like, okay, but she's allowed to value receiving gifts, right? Like, she's allowed to want that from her partner and she's allowed to ask for it and voice her feelings when she doesn't get it. And it's like, just because I might not care about a Christmas gift doesn't mean that nobody else should.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, just because I don't care about my partner posting me all the time, does that mean that nobody else should? Like maybe it's some form of, like, do you think that it could be a love language of like being shown off?
Yeah, and like I feel like it kind of might go along with like words of affirmation or you know what I mean? So I could understand that part of like wanting to feel validated. I don't know, but it's just kind of like the stuck on social media, and I guess it's just like my own lens because I don't know, I don't really post that often. I mean, I guess I post more. Well, I don't know.
I do feel like it is, or it could fall under words of affirmation, but it's like, does it count as love language if the words of affirmation have to be in front of somebody else?
Right.
Like, it can't just be private words of affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can see where she's coming from because I do think it's cute when people post about their relationships.
Yeah, me too, definitely. I appreciate those types of posts.
Yeah.
I don't know that it would be like my hard like stop though.
No,
and like my
definitely not.
idea of what love is.
No, definitely not. I wonder if he gives her validation behind the scenes though.
Yeah, I know. Why is she craving this?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because you would think that if you were so in love and completely set in your relationship, you wouldn't have to post. Like, your love would just shine naturally.
Yeah, and then you also have those Instagram relationships where everything is like, oh, I love you. And then like behind the scenes, it's like hell on earth.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So if if he's going to treat you like a queen or, you know, like they're going to make you feel like you're on top of the world, I would rather it be face to face when I'm with you. I feel that way, not only online. So
agreed.
We got a couple questions for OP.
Yes, there was an update and they broke up. So that's not surprising.
Should have posted her. Should have hit.
I just think that if they were meant to be, the posting, it wouldn't make a difference.
No. Mm-mm.
I don't think the posting was the root of the problem there.
Right. Yeah, there's more going on there.
Yeah.
Than just to post. And hopefully she'll find someone that gives her the validation without needing it to be on Instagram all the time.
Very true.
We wish them both well.
Very true.
Heart.
This one's interesting.
Okay. Right.
Similar subject. This is a 31 female and a 31 male. Am I the asshole for wanting my fiance/partner of 5 years to change his social media picture to a picture of us? Like the subject says, am I the jerk for asking my 31 female fiance, 31 male, to change his social media profile picture? We've been together for 5 years, engaged for 2 of them, with the wedding nearly completely paid for. We've lived together for 4 years. He's stepped into the stepfather role with my 3 children. For the most part, we have a happy relationship and normal life. Since we've been together, his profile picture on Facebook, the social media platform we both use the most, has been him and his 2 best friends. The picture is from 2 years before we met. The only sore spot we have is in regards to how he acts about his friends. He places them so high up on pedestals and acts like they are the number 1 priority or most important people in his life. He has dedicated time every week set aside for game night with the guys where they bullshit on Discord and play video games or D&D. What's D&D? Do Not Disturb? I don't know what D&D is.
Sounds like that to me.
Okay.
I'm not a gamer.
Neither am I. When we met, they were all roommates up until he moved in with me. Since he's moved in, none of his friends have made any effort to hang out with him in person and have blown off his efforts to meet up with them. I brought it up several times throughout the course of our relationship that it would mean a lot to me and make me very happy and make me feel like I'm at least as important to him as his friends are. He said that he'll do it when he's ready, then that he's going to do it just when I'm least expecting it, so it's a surprise, then that he doesn't want to talk about it, with a year or more in between. For pretty much our whole relationship, I've had pictures of us together as my profile picture. It's gotten to the point that it seems like it's less because it's he and his friends and more because he doesn't want whomever is on his social media to see us together. He has his personal information set to private so nobody can see his relationship status. He doesn't post about me, the family, has tagging blocks so I can't tag him in posts, etc. We just celebrated our 5th anniversary this week and it's really getting to me. I guess I just want opinions on if I'm overreacting or making it a big deal or asking too much. If other people would expect that in 5 years that your partner would have a picture of you together on social media. I see other couples posting pictures together and posting pictures of their partner, etc. While I know it isn't healthy to compare your relationship to someone else's, it's like, damn man, this is starting to weigh on me in multiple ways. Like, should I be suspicious of the motives behind not doing it? Should I feel self-conscious because maybe I'm not attractive enough, etc.?
Okay, don't feel self-conscious.
Yes, agreed. I do not think that she's an asshole.
No, me either.
But once again, it's like, is the social media the problem or are you feeling insecure in other ways? But I guess, is the social media the only thing that's creating this insecurity?
No, because she has issues with the friends too.
Yeah, exactly. He's hiding her, or that's how she feels.
I'm like kind of in the middle on this one because I think like it's nice that he has set time to play with his friends, whatever. I think like everyone kind of needs that. You know what I mean? Like you need to also have like like a little bit of boundary for yourself. She obviously feels some type of way about that part of it. I do, though, think that it's a little bit suspicious if it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
He's never posted a single thing, it sounds like. The tagging is off, like she said. The relationship's hidden. To me, that would kind of be like, and that's coming from me who like really doesn't care that much about social media.
Okay. I think that I can see why it's weird because it's not like she's constantly nagging and being like, please post me, please. Like, and he's like, oh, whatever, like just shut up. She's asking like once a year and he's saying like, oh, I will post you. And then he's not. So it's like, I feel like at that point, it's less even about what she's asking. It's the fact that she's asking him a favor and he's telling her that he's going to do it and he never does.
Yeah, broken promises.
Yeah, so it doesn't even matter that it's social media. It matters that he told you he would and he doesn't. And then when you ask again, 12 months later, he's still like, oh, I'll do it when you're not thinking about it. It's like, did you think that she was thinking about it for the last 12 months?
Yeah.
Like, how long are you going to wait?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I would definitely be suspicious. And I could see where she's coming from.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess you have to ask yourself, though, it's like, do you care about this issue enough to change the status of your relationship?
Right.
Because some people might, and I don't want to necessarily judge people for that, even though I'm not sure I would care so much about social media. But it's weird. I feel like this one's deeper because the social media is creating this insecurity that maybe wouldn't have been there if social media didn't exist. But if he is being shady and like cheating on her or something or talking to other people, social media is like helping her find out about that.
Yeah, we don't want a sneaky link.
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, she got 3 kids, right? It said she has 3 kids.
Wait,
the wedding's
3
paid
kids?
for, right? Didn't it
She
say
definitely
that?
has kids, but does she have 3?
I think it said.
Yes, 3 kids.
She has 3 kids. The wedding is paid for. They've been
Yeah.
engaged for 2 years. We don't want no sneaky links going around anywhere.
Facts.
So I don't know. And I mean, I guess it sounds like he's not really leaving the house though. If he's not hanging out with friends, like what's he doing?
Right.
But I mean, obviously you're getting married. Like that's very whatever. She's asking, should she talk to him about it? Yes, please talk to him about it. Right? Like don't go through this crazy wedding. Like yeah, that you already got to pay for. I mean, it does. I don't think it has to be blown out of proportion into what it is. I think if she explains to him, like it just to me seems like a little bit off. It's not that I don't trust you, but you know, like you're obviously one of the biggest parts of my life, probably outside of my kids, and now I'm sharing them with you. You know, like I just don't understand why you don't want to share that part of your life.
Yeah.
Somewhere else. I also wonder how much he posts.
I was thinking that too.
But it made it sound like he has posted, she says, right?
I can't tell. Because if he really doesn't post that much, it's like, of course he's not going to post his family.
Right.
He's out there like hanging out with his family.
And it definitely goes way beyond the profile picture that it started off as. And she said that was from 2 years prior to them even dating.
Right.
Right? The post. I haven't changed my profile picture on social media in 6 years. So like that could be said about me. You know what I mean? Like, and I know that. I don't know why I looked at that the other day. I posted it of my mom when my mom was like sick.
Yeah.
And I just haven't changed it. Not because of that, I don't think. I just like haven't thought to change it. So someone could say that about me too, I feel like. But
yeah. I feel like there's a little bit of like immaturity in both of them. Well, maybe not OP, but in the husband, because it's like if you went to your fiance or if your fiance came to you and they were like, look, I love you so much. It feels like this. I trust you. I'm marrying you. You're a great stepfather, like in love with you. But this really small, seemingly unimportant thing is like getting to me and I'm in my head about it. I don't know why. Is there a reason you don't post me? Like, I'm not trying to be crazy, not trying to accuse you. If you were a mature adult and you loved your partner and you respected your partnership and your life together and your union, wouldn't you be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, okay. Even if you don't understand where they're coming from, you need to understand that they are upset and acknowledge that they're upset and try to work to a solution. And if you genuinely didn't care about social media and that's why you don't post, maybe explain that to your wife and help her, or your fiance, and help her understand. Like, I just feel like the fiance is immature and it's just being shown in the fact that he doesn't post her on social media and therefore like is breaking these promises he's making to her.
Yeah, and if you truly don't care that much, then like it doesn't hurt to put up a post and be like, wow, like I so very much appreciate my fiance and everything she does for me.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to marry this woman.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, do you care more about your partner's feelings, or do you care about like keeping your streak of not posting or not changing your profile picture? Because I feel like if it came to social media, it's like, how can you feel that strongly about it that you care about it more than you care about your fiance?
Right. At that point, it almost sounds like it's more deliberate.
Yeah.
And you're trying to be like, no, I just don't care. But it's like you're deliberately not.
Yeah.
Why?
And I know like you could make the argument for the opposite of what we're saying. It's like, oh, how can OP care that much that social media is getting to her and like causing her to not trust her partner as much? But I feel like for her, it's not truly the social media. It's just being shown by the social media. But it's just the fact that like he's telling her he's going to do these things and then he's not doing them. So that's the root of the problem.
Right. And what might seem like a small broken promise to one person, like how does that carry over into like other things?
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
I don't know.
I do just feel like the fiance is so immature. And it's like, is his immaturity a deal breaker? Or is this like situation a deal breaker? Because you're not married. Like now's the time. If it's going to end, like have all this shit come out now. But
yeah, I don't think that it would be like the end all be all. The end all be all would be like if he's refusing and then she dives deeper in and is like, you are hiding me for like that, to me would be the end all be all. But this obviously does carry weight with her and it's on her mind. Right. So I hope that they would talk about it, and I hope that the conversation would go like you said and be like a little bit more mature, and he would understand and then validate her and figure out a solution. Like how can we fix this?
Yeah, right. Because there are other ways to, like, let's say he really didn't want to post on social media for some reason. Who knows? I think there are still ways that she could gain that trust back. Like he can be like, look, go through all my messages, go through whatever you want to put your mind at ease. Like, I don't know. There are solutions other than just like he posts on social media. You know what I mean? Like it's just a matter of like getting that trust back that she is now lacking.
Yeah, well, that's the true underlying issue.
Yeah. Yeah. All the comments were anti-OP. They were all like, you're so immature and like, you're such a pick-me. You're fixated on a photo. Well, someone did say that's not the real issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
that's where I would go.
Social media, him not posting you. Yeah, that's not the root of the issue. That's just what's magnifying it.
They got to dive on deeper.
Yeah. And the real issue is that he's not prioritizing you, and it's causing lack of trust in your relationship.
So the solution is open and honest communication with your partner.
Let's go.
Then I'm like, if I'm like dating someone, I'm like looking at a text for like 5 minutes and I'm like, oh wait. No, I'm just not going to say anything. Literally like.
I know. I always think like this advice we give to other people, I'm like, damn, I should really take that. I'm like,
write
no,
it down. Yeah.
I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to do the healthy thing. Not in my own life. Please. You guys can do it though.
We would very highly recommend. I would love to talk to some of these people too, you know?
Oh my God, yes. I want to do live.
Yeah, and I would love like, because you have conversations, at least I do. I mean, we have had conversations about things like not similar exactly to this, but about relationships and this or something else that's going on in your life. And like, I feel like we have good friends that you could go to for advice.
Yeah.
Some of these people that turn to posts like this, I feel bad because I hope that they have someone in their life that they could like have validate them and maybe like point them in a direction that like might work, or maybe it won't work, but at least give them ideas, you know?
So true. Okay, so if you want to call us live on the show,
slide in the DMs. We would love a DM, I feel like, right? Yeah, I mean, you do get DMs, but like, you know, like anyone could DM for like advice with certain things. I feel like, right?
Totally.
We would love that.
Someone commented on the YouTube on one of the weird stories that we posted. It was a story about a girlfriend getting mad at her boyfriend because the boyfriend danced with his little sister at the little sister's wedding. So it'd be like if you and I are dating and we go to your sister's wedding and you dance with her, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, concerning. Like, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Why are you jealous of this man's blood related sister? But okay. And then somebody commented on the video and was like, no, like I have a weird sister-in-law who does weird shit. And I was like, you need to give me more details. I'm about to like track this person down and be like, please tell me more.
Yeah.
I need to know.
I guess some could be like really like protective of that, like of their sibling, or I don't know.
But it
Things
wouldn't
get a
even be
little
the
weird.
sibling. It would be like protective of your boyfriend and like
Oh, yeah.
intimidated by the
Their
sister.
sibling. Yeah.
Like what? I don't know. But if you have any interesting stories, please write them in. I'm just dying to know.
Send them. DM
Yes.
anything. The DMs are open.
Yes, always. Next topic.
All right.
How do you feel about your partner, new or whatever? I threw in new partner because I'm like, I feel like this is more prevalent in the beginning of relationships.
Mm-hmm.
But how would you feel about your new partner having photos of their ex on their Instagram?
Okay, so I gotta like really just be honest. I probably would feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Well, one, depending on how recently they're in the relationship with that ex. Yeah, I think that I would probably feel. It also would depend if it were like anniversary posts and like posts that are just solely like, I love you, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's weird to leave up if you ask me.
That's true.
But if it's like like, I don't know, there's probably pictures of my exes on my Instagram that are like,
oh, really?
with friends or like, you know what I mean? Not like dedicated single one-on-one pictures. I think I like obviously deleted them, but it's like the context of the pictures, I feel.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad you said that because I feel like you're very open-minded and we have opposite opinions on being friends with your ex or like following your ex or cutting them off. And I'm like, why are people friends with their ex? Like, come on, don't you have enough friends? Like why do you follow your ex? Like, who cares? But then you are very open-minded about it and you're like, no, like you can remain friendly and wish them well and want to check in on them every few months, years, and that's fine. And it can be very healthy and you still don't want them. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. There's literally only one ex that I've ever dated that I like do not follow anymore and like have made it a point to.
Yeah. Okay. That's so surprising.
But other than that, yeah, like even my ex-girlfriend from high school, like that I dated for like 2.5 years.
I just like cannot relate to like wanting to continue following someone that I dated in the past. Not that I've dated that many people, but even people that I like just talk to. I'm like, yeah, I just don't care about you. I don't know.
What about like, so for these ex pictures being on your Instagram, what if like you took a big trip to somewhere that you've never been and you posted pictures on your Instagram and the ex was in most of them, like, and those were like the cover photos or whatever for the post, and it's like your post from like Arizona that was like a great experience in your life, or like if you went to Europe together or something like that, where it's like not just like, you know, a random wedding that you went to or this or that. Like, do you think it would change for that then?
No, I think I'd delete them.
You'd still
I just like
delete 'em?
don't care. Like, I just would not want to be like advertising my ex-boyfriend on my Instagram. So
Yeah.
then anyone that follows me is like, oh, here's her ex-boyfriend.
I
I'm
remember
like,
I like for
don't
the
know.
one New Year's I had like a great outfit. Like I loved my outfit. I haven't worn it since. I should wear it again. And I loved like the outfit. I loved it. And the main picture was with who I was dating at the time, and then the next picture was with like my roommates.
Yeah.
And I was like so mad when we ended up breaking up because I was like, damn, I love that outfit. Like I looked good. But I had to delete it then. So that's the only thing. Because I was like, oh, I would love to not. But like, yeah, I have to delete this. I don't know.
Killer outfit.
I do think though. But I've always deleted the ones of my ex personally.
Yeah.
So I would probably like for them to be deleted. How about
Yeah.
you? You didn't really say. But what do you think?
No, I don't like. I would feel weird. I'd be like, why are we advertising our ex?
Right.
Like, why is your ex the first thing I see? I'm like, oh, I want to like be reminded of my boyfriend. Like, let me go click on his Instagram. I'm like, oh, look, his ex-girlfriend.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
why?
It could
I don't
be like an
know.
awkward thing to like reference and go see like anytime that you want to look.
Yeah.
Because we do. Sometimes you're like, wow, like I really like this person. Like I should really look at their,
Yeah.
see what their life's about too. And like I like to look at their posts. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also think I guess a lot of people like don't even look at their own Instagram that much. So maybe people just forget or they don't even think about it. They don't even think to go back and delete old photos when they break up with someone. Because I just feel like social media is it's not as deep for everyone as many people think. Like some people literally just don't think about Instagram, and that's fine. But I don't know. I don't like the idea of like me dating a new guy and then this person's like getting to know my friends and then my friends are like, oh, like let's all follow each other, and then we all follow each other, and then the first thing they see when they follow him on Instagram is his ex-girlfriend. I'm like, ugh, can we just like not think about your ex-girlfriend? Like she
Right.
was a great time, I'm sure, but like it's done now.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I mean, I creep on myself more than I creep on anyone else. Like,
Me
I creep
too.
on my own social media all the
Yes,
time.
me too.
I'm like,
The
oh
amount
wow,
of
look
times I
at like
scroll down.
4 years ago, like I was
Yes.
doing this, like it was so fun.
I do
You
that
know,
too.
like, yeah.
I do that too.
But then I'm like, why didn't anyone, like, especially when I first got to college, which is like obviously a long time ago now, like I used to
Sad.
have like bangs
No.
that were like not, like they weren't even even. Like, I don't know who was cutting my hair. Like, I have a cowlick and they just like were not accounting for that. They were just like, so like my hair was like, and I'm like, my friends at the time, I'm like, and I'm still friends with them and we still talk about it all the time. I'm like, why didn't you guys say something? So like I'll look back on those pictures, but I'll never delete them because like they were like the
iconic.
freshman year, like going to the rugby house. That's where I met your sister. I still,
Sweet.
if you were to go on my Snapchat right now, it comes up Aaron second floor Tyson
Oh,
because we
that's
met out
cute.
and we exchanged Snapchats.
Yes.
And that's like how I started talking with Aaron. But yeah,
So
like,
cute.
so like I'll never delete those pictures, you know, but
Yeah.
they're not with my ex though either. But like I said, I
Yeah.
creep on myself more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always a hard hit. Actually, it's always, I say it's always, this happened to me one time. When you date someone and then you guys break up and then you notice that the pictures of you are gone from their Instagram, you're like, shit, it's over for reals.
I will
Even
say
though
that
it
I think,
already was.
yeah, and I think that I'm more conscious now when I'm dating of posting things on like a story, whatever, but like actual posts on
Yeah.
your feed.
Yeah.
I'm more conscious about who I'm posting on there, like
Oh,
if I'm
me
dating
too.
someone now. Because again, like you're in the point where then you break up and you're like, what do I do with these pictures?
Yeah.
And then you have to delete them and it's like, okay, like they could have been pictures or experiences that you really liked, you know what I mean? And then you feel like you have to delete them. So I feel like I do have a little bit more of a guard up. Like the last person
Yeah.
I dated, I did not post them on my feed. And I think underlying, and they had asked me about it a couple of times. And I kind of think that that was in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if I like looked inside a little bit more, like I do think it was in the back of my mind where I was like, it's a little too soon.
I was not thinking this at the time, but I did go on a trip, like a friend's trip, and I was talking to a guy that was on the trip, and he was in a bunch of the photos, and I ended up never posting anything from that trip. So I don't have to worry about this, but I do think like if he was in those photos, would I have deleted them?
Could be like a little situationship.
Wow, you guys, I'm really opening my mind here because I feel like if that situation, if that was on my Instagram right now, I wouldn't feel the need to delete it because I would be like, I just don't give a shit about him. And I like the photos because they're like my friends and
Right.
myself. So I'm like, is this what people think when they date someone and then they don't delete the pictures? Are they thinking like, I just don't care. I like the pic. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter
maybe.
that my ex is in it. I'm
Yeah,
really
it could
digging
be.
deep right
I don't
now.
know, but you know what? These people that are like influencers and that's like their life to like post, you know, they get paid by the post and things like that. Like when they break up, like they wipe it clean. They're
Yeah.
like, oh no, you know,
Very true.
like bachelorette people that make money that way, they always wipe it clean.
Yeah.
Love Island people always wipe it clean. But you know what they do? I noticed they archive.
Of course.
Because
when you
you
get
know
back
what?
together, you gotta repost.
Yeah, like we're all on this carousel of life, right? And when that shit comes back around, whoop, that was a great post.
So funny when your break is done.
Yeah.
And you're back with the toxic ex. Oh, they're all back on the feed.
Look at us.
like
Yes.
they never left.
We did go to like Turks and Caicos in June of 2019. You just forgot it. And
Wait,
if you ever go back,
that's
it's
so
right there.
funny.
Yeah. And we love that blue water behind us. And that was a great picture. And we're going to post it again.
Damn.
So-
Picture with my ex in Turks and Caicos.
Always going to archive. Yeah, always
Oh,
got to
yeah.
archive.
No, I think I did delete some. I think it's fine if you like, I feel like we talked about this loosely in the past where when you break up with someone, you don't automatically have to just delete every photo that you have with this person. Like they played a big role in your life and deleting the photos is hard. Like I am a proponent of put them on a hard drive somewhere else or Google Photos like you were mentioning where they're just living somewhere else, and then if you're ever clearing that out later once you've healed, maybe you'd get to the point where you're like, I'll just keep one out of this 10 and then maybe you will get to the point where you're like, I don't need these at all. And I've noticed that with myself.
Yeah.
And a breakup that I went through, I was like, I can't delete any of these, like I need to save them. And then I got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep the best one and then delete all the others. And now I'm just like, if they never existed, I would not care. So I feel like with going through a breakup on Instagram, it's like I could be in the same mindset. It's like, go and archive those photos, and then when when you're ready, as you're going on your healing journey, maybe you'll either forget about the archive or you'll be like, you know what? Delete. I don't even care. But I feel like archiving is like, it's a tool in the healing process. I feel like it can be helpful.
I remember too, like the one ex that I had a lot of pictures up with. People were coming up to me and asking me like, oh, why aren't you deleting the pictures? And my take on it was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And I don't want him to think like I'm deleting those pictures because I care. And I was like holding out for a while on deleting the pictures, I think, because I was like, I don't want him to think that I care because I don't care. But then I'm like, well, Jimmy, you probably do care. Like if you're saying that, you know? But so that was my holdout because I was like, I don't want him to creep on me and see that I deleted all the pictures because I'm feeling some type of way. When I should be like, Miss Moving On, Fifth Harmony, Miss Moving On, by archiving on fucking Instagram. Like, who cares?
I know. I think about that too. I'm like, holy shit. Like, we are literally deep diving, and it's like, we're going to talk for 2 hours about this, and it's like, it's fucking Instagram. Like, it's really not that deep.
But it was, again, it's like all relative. Like, you know, it used to be picture to burn, like Taylor Swift, you know?
That's true.
She didn't say Instagram to archive, you know, back in the day. Like, it's the new picture to burn.
No, that's so true.
And I'll tell all my friends he's gay. Like, I literally don't care, you know? The original version is always better.
The homophobic version is what everyone says. Even though it's not homophobic.
It's my favorite.
It's I feel like it's like, no, maybe it's not for.
I'm obsessive and fine. That's hot. That's all mine. Tell mine you're
I'll
gay.
Tell mine you're gay.
Yeah, I love it. I still have, I'm pretty sure I have that CD. That could probably sell for moolah now.
I need to check mine. I
Yeah.
don't remember what mine said.
Same. And I love that version. You know, she said that for the gays.
Yeah.
Even though it could be weaponized where it's like, well, telling someone that you're gay is not a bad thing. You know, I get it.
No, I know. I just take it as like the girls aren't going to date you because they're going to be like, oh, the guy's gay.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. I'm just going to go date someone that's straight.
Yeah. Rural little Miss Blondie Swift. I know she's a big ally now, but who knows? She might have meant it like a little more back in the day. Maybe not.
She did. I don't know.
Shouldn't say that. She's our girl.
Yeah. That's my bestie and she can do no wrong.
Yeah. My bestie and a Tessie. Or a private jet. Boom. Too soon.
Let's avoid that one. Just kidding. Okay. Let's read a story.
Oh, okay. Story time.
Am I the asshole, 23 female, for wanting my 29 male boyfriend to take down pictures of his ex-fiance, 27 female, off his social media accounts? I'm 23 female and I've been dating 29 male for... She calls him 29 male like that's his name. I've been dating 29 male for a few months now. My boyfriend, for context, has ended his engagement with his fiance, 27 female, 9 months ago due to him finding out that she was cheating on him with her brother-in-law for a while. Oh my God.
Jesus.
They aren't in contact anymore and don't even have each other on social media anymore, but they still have pictures of each other with declarations of their love for each other on their social media accounts. Now, my boyfriend has never spoken in detail about what happened between them, and I had to find out from a friend about what happened for him to end their engagement. Every time I go onto his social media and look at his posts, I get upset because I don't understand why he still has them up. I understand that he might still be grieving their relationship, but he told me he would take them down without me even having to ask him to do it, but he hasn't, and I'm confused. I haven't spoken to him about this because I understand it's a sensitive topic, but I spoke to his sister about it, and she said I was being unreasonable because they just broke up and he can't just take down those pictures. She made me feel really terrible about the situation, but I'm his girlfriend now, and he tells me he loves me, so I don't understand why he still has them up. Maybe I'm being selfish, I don't know, and I'm too scared to speak on this because I'm afraid of his reaction. So am I the asshole for wanting him to delete the post and focus on our relationship? No, I don't think you're an asshole at all. I think that the sister was out of line for her to tell you he can't just take the pictures down. They just broke up. That has nothing to do with you. That is not your problem, the fact that they just broke up. If he feels that emotionally tied to photos of her being on his Instagram and he can't even bring himself to delete them, maybe he shouldn't be dating you right now.
Yeah, he's probably not ready for a relationship. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, like if he can't even hit the archive on them, because it would put him into emotional turmoil. I do not think you should be dating him. When did they break up? So her boyfriend and his fiance broke up 9 months ago. OP and this man have been dating for a few months. So let's just say 6 months had gone by. 6 months after you were cheated on by your fiance. Are you ready to be dating someone new?
No.
No. What? Come on.
No, that's why it's tough, because I could see where OP is coming from, but I think that it more lies that he shouldn't be dating already.
Yes.
It's someone that you're going to marry. It's not like it's your girlfriend, it's your fiance. It's obviously like kind of a bizarre situation with her cheating with the brother-in-law.
Yeah. Someone that they both probably trusted.
Yeah, and like confided in and were good friends with, they're close with. And
so he was probably feeling betrayed by 2 people that he loved and not just one. But then in turn, he lost both of these people that he loved, his fiance and his brother-in-law.
And then does the sister, I wonder if the sister that's in question, because it's his sister, right? Is that the sister that the brother-in-law?
Maybe. Yeah, like if the boyfriend's fiance was hooking up with the sister's husband. Yeah. And now the sister.
That's what I'm thinking.
And now the sister's like, he can't just take them down. They just broke up.
Group therapy, family therapy, something. I don't know. Yeah, I would probably need therapy after that. That sounds crazy.
Oh, of course. That's so traumatic.
Yeah, that's like really messed up.
Yeah. And then 6 months later, really like, you're committing to somebody else?
Yeah, and it's intermingled, and like there's probably a lot to get through.
There's so many layers.
So
once again, I feel like the social media is not inherently the issue. It's just magnifying the issue. The issue is that your boyfriend is not over his ex because he went through trauma, and nobody can heal from something that horrible that quickly.
Right.
So you probably shouldn't be dating this guy. I don't like that the sister like threw it back on you and was like, what are you thinking? The sister should be saying that to the brother. The sister should be saying, brother.
Brother. Brother.
If you can't take these pictures down, you shouldn't be dating this girl.
Yeah.
And also, I find it problematic that OP is saying, I am too scared to speak to him about this because I'm afraid of his reaction. So you're dating a guy for a few months and you're scared to talk to him about a social media issue, something that's lightly bothering you. You're scared of his reaction. What does that say about the both of you together?
Yeah, but the whole thing is just, again, like if they broke up 9 months ago and they're dating for a few months, how long could they really truly be dating? If it happened that quickly, again, that's just like red flags. He's looking for something. To probably take his mind off. Fill a void. Right.
But do you find it problematic that she's scared of his reaction?
Oh,
she
100%.
cannot talk to him about something?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, what does that say about your relationship?
Yeah,
is that a healthy relationship?
Nope.
That you can't talk about a lighthearted issue or something that should be lighthearted? Oh, a picture on Instagram. But it's not lighthearted, right? Because he's probably still in love with this ex-fiance.
Right.
So the fact that it's not lighthearted is another answer to your question. Because when we're talking about the pictures of our exes on Instagram, by the time you're dating someone new, you just like shouldn't care about that shit. And if you still care about it, like maybe you shouldn't be dating someone. Is that too harsh?
No, but also I think we all need to be reminded, I think I do too, you might have to as well, that it's literally the click of a button and that's all that it is.
Yeah.
And it should not be like, if you're not paying rent, get the fuck out of my head. Like this, like it's a picture on Instagram. At the end of the day, like it holds that much weight, then there's more to work through. It's not about the picture on Instagram.
Yes, exactly.
It's not what that is.
It's about the emotion that's tied to it.
Yes, that is what you're worried about. It's not about the picture on Instagram. After you post it, how many times in a day, and probably the first couple months or first couple weeks, you might go and look at that void or that picture not being there, and it might hold something to you, but over time, that's going to go away. It's too soon.
Yeah.
It's too freaking soon.
Yeah, I think that this is not the relationship that you should be in, and it's not because of social media. The reason that you should not date this guy isn't because he has pictures of his ex on his social media. It's because he's not over it. And you don't deserve to be with someone that is caught up in their ex and the trauma that their ex caused to them.
Yeah, and they're at different points in life too. He's just getting out of a relationship with the fiance. She just turned 23 or she's 23. He's 29. Pretty significant age gap, I feel, for that. Like if she went to college or even if she didn't. Pretty young still, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Different points where something that might seem like a huge deal to her isn't that big of a deal, but it is a big deal to him because he doesn't want to delete them. So
exactly. Solved. Case closed. Okay, let's thicken the plot.
Ooh.
30 female and 35 male. My partner still has photos of him and his ex on social media, but he won't post any photos of us. So the other day, I, 30 female, asked my partner, 35 male, why he hasn't uploaded any photos of us on social media. We've been on heaps of overseas trips together and done some pretty cool stuff that I like to post. He told me he doesn't feel the need to post on social media, and I completely respect that approach, and I don't have an issue with it. My main concern, though, is that he still has photos of him and his ex. They have been divorced for 3 years now, so it's not like he is completely against the idea of posting couples photos online. I don't expect weekly posts made by him by any means, as I'm not that kind of person either, but just one photo would be nice. If you were to look at his profile now, you wouldn't know he was with anyone. Not sure if I'm reading too much into this or not. I feel like this is thicker because it's like he's proven that he's into posting relationship photos.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's more to be talked about there.
I think so too. This would maybe be a deal breaker for me. I would lose so much trust in someone. But then again, it's like, it's not the social media that's causing the problem. It's the fact that you can't agree on something that is causing distrust in your relationship.
Yeah, but I think that it also might kind of make you like question your, like it sounds to me like she's kind of questioning her own self-worth.
Yeah.
And being like, is he like ashamed of me or something? Like this is something that he used to do. Or maybe there's more things tied to that where he, like the posts that were being put up, his ex-wife was like, you need to post this picture, you need to. Where now he's like, I'm not doing that ever again. Like,
So
I don't want to do
true.
that. So that's why I think it needs to be talked about more.
That is such a good point. I was quick to jump to like, I don't trust you. But that's a good point because a lot of people do post on social media because they're trying to prove a point. So it's like, maybe he posted her because, yeah, she was insecure, she was controlling, and he's over it. He doesn't want to do it anymore. Or, I don't know. I was just, in the past, a guy that I dated, we never really posted pictures of each other. And then I realized that when we broke up, he was taking all these pictures with this new girl. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, we never took photos together and now you're like advertising this like it's your job. And it was just like so annoying. I'm like, why are you doing this? But then my friend kind of like talked some sense into me and she's like, there's a reason why that girl wants those photos up there too, though. Like, it's not just him. Like, she's orchestrating these photos just as much as he is, if not more. So I was like, okay, there's always a reason why, especially when someone's like overdoing it in the beginning. It's like maybe the person's part, like, I don't know, maybe it's not your partner that's the problem. Maybe it was the other person.
Yeah, and I feel like you hear some people sometimes will like jokingly be like, oh, aren't you going to post that? Like, you're going to post me? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I hear people do that are in relationships. Like, I've heard that plenty of times where it's like in a joking manner, but then it's like, okay, well, underneath, like they're saying that for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that could be again what was happening there.
Yeah.
But
I think you need more context. Now that Jimmy opened my mind and made me see a healthy side.
wow, who knew?
Okay, I have a quicker topic.
Okay.
The idea of posting for other people. Like if you're posting to prove a point, kind of what I was just saying, like how if you're like really trying to show off your new relationship, it's like, are you trying to prove a point to your ex? Are you trying to prove a point to like all the other guys and that you're off the market?
Yeah, but if you're doing that, then like one, that's like a little bit toxic, I think. Two, like you're not fully over. You have things that are still festering in your mind.
Totally.
If you're trying to show off for like that, you know what I mean? Like if you're going to post, it should be for you and because you want to share this part of your life with other people that you care about on social media. I don't think that you should be posting to prove anyone any type of way. If you're still trying to prove someone some type of way, you got some shit to unpack and, you know, you shouldn't be carrying or dragging someone along or getting someone else involved with that.
Facts.
You want to post to be like, look at me, blah, 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 post like that hot pic of you on the fucking beach in the summer or you doing this or that or you getting a promotion or you doing this, things that you care about. Don't drag someone else into it.
Facts. There was a very short question that was what to post on Instagram story to attract a girl's attention. I thought about posting something that her dad likes. Then it gets me thinking that it would make me look like the perfect son-in-law. Is that a good thing? No. No, it's not. I have a tip. How to get out of the mindset of posting for other people. So like, you know how sometimes, well, actually, I do not do this. I can say that. I really don't do this anymore, but I definitely did it when I was younger. It's like, oh, you want to post this because maybe the guy you likes this band. And you're like, oh, I want to post. Or like, I want like the guy's ex-girlfriend to know that I'm hanging out with him now. And it's like, girly, if you give a shit about the guy's ex-girlfriend, you are not fully secure in your relationship. Because if you were fully secure, you wouldn't give a shit about any other girl that he used to talk to. But the idea is that when you're going to post something, just because you want someone else's attention or because you want that guy to think you're funny or because you want the ex-girlfriend or like the side chick to know that you're hanging out with him and she's not, like blah, blah, blah. Think about whatever you post, convince yourself that the opposite of what you wanted is going to happen. So if you wanted the guy to think you're funny by posting this meme, he's going to think you're cringy and annoying. If you want the guy to think you're hot, he's going to think you're ugly and you're weird. If you want the ex-girlfriend to like know that you're hanging out with him now, she's gonna think you're so goddamn embarrassing. Or even better, she's never gonna see it. So just like whatever you want, whatever your goal is in posting this thing for other people, the opposite is going to happen. It stops you right out of it. If you're like the side chick or like if you think there's a side chick in the life of the guy that you're talking to, whatever, just like feel that that girl is going to win. Like if you post for her, convince yourself that she's going to win and the guy will never talk to you again. You just have to be delusional because once you start thinking about it like that, you can see what everyone else is doing and how embarrassing it is. Like imagine posting so that the guy you like's other girl sees you with him. Like if you really do that, it's like you're doing too much.
And at the end of the day, someone whose attention that you want to attract is someone that you're going to post something because you like it yourself and they are also interested in that and whatever. Like you should not be posting to try to gain the attention of someone else.
Yes.
You want someone to fall in love with you for who you are and you're posting things because it's a reflection of who you are. And at the end of the day, like that's all that should matter. And like, I feel like you have to move out of the mindset of like, you know, and I hear what you're saying and I think that's a good strategy, especially to get yourself out of that.
Yeah.
Where it's like all of the bad things that could come from a post like that. But really, you even have to move beyond that where you're like, I'm posting because like this is funny to me. Like I post things about like the Real Housewives because I'm like, that's fucking hilarious. And like they run my life. Like I care way too much about them. But someone else might care a lot about that too. And like that's something we could have in common.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
I agree with you. I'm not saying don't post things that you think are funny or like don't post things at all. I'm just saying like if you're posting something for the sole purpose of I want this person to see it and feel this way, that's when you can convince yourself that they're going to feel the opposite of however you want them to feel.
100%.
If you want to post something that you think is funny, that's not the time to do this. Like post whatever you want if you like it, if you think it's funny. I'm talking the niche times when you are purposely posting something so that one person sees it and feels some type of way.
Yeah.
Because I did that. I remember this one time I did that. I posted a photo because I wanted somebody to see it. And I'm like, that was a flop. I was flopping.
Oh, I'm sure that I've done that before too. 100%. Yeah.
I never want to do that again because it's like, think about how goddamn embarrassing that is. I really went on my Instagram and posted a picture of me and someone else just so someone else would see it and think, oh my God, they're hanging out. I'm not. Flop. Major flop. Yeah. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm trying to be more mature. Moving on. Not in my flop era anymore. You won't catch me there.
Nope.
Post for yourself.
Yeah.
Let's not try to prove points on Instagram. It's not that deep.
No, it's not worth it. We're on the same page.
Yes.
Definitely.
Also, if we have to be proving points to other people in order to maintain a relationship or like achieve a guy that's like has 13 side hoes, he's not the one.
No.
He's in his flop era, come to think of it.
Yeah, he's probably got a whole lot more going on than you think.
Yes. And I'm not here to entertain men that are in their flop era. It's like, couldn't be me.
Work on yourself.
Yeah.
Men, work on yourself too. And then
facts.
Who knows what might happen.
That was so pure.
And the phone is dry. I think I'm in my flop era.
You are not. I was thinking about my flop era though, and I was like, that guy that I was just talking about. I was like major flop. And I'm like, my flop era, I can think back. You know, it was when I was in high school. It was when I was in college. I was flopping.
Yeah, I flopped hard when I was in grad school. I was flopping. Oh,
like,
yeah.
We all went through it. But you know what? That's the time to flop. Like, that's when life doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, flop in college, flop in high school.
You know when I think I may have been like really peaking?
Yeah.
Right before COVID hit.
That was a good time. No, I think I'm peaking higher now. I know I'm peaking higher now. But before COVID was a good time.
Okay, well, drag me up on that peak. Frick.
Come with me. I want to bring you. Let's go.
Yeah, I didn't peak yet.
Oh, hell no.
Nope.
I'm not peaking for a long time. I can tell you that. I just keep going up.
Okay. It's only up from here.
But I will say, if you feel that you're flopping now in 2023 and you're not in college, it's like, now's the time to work on yourself.
Yeah, set them goals.
Exactly. Like, we cannot be out here flopping at age 25 and up. You know, if you feel that you're flopping, that's okay. We've all gone through it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's time to exit the flop era and enter the slay era. And the only way you can do that is to become more mature, be a better person.
Slay.
Listen to this podcast.
Mm-hmm. Set goals.
Set goals. And what do you need to do next week, tomorrow, today to achieve them?
Mm-hmm. Little goals.
Yeah.
That lead to one big overall growth in yourself.
Exactly. That's so true.
I did that after New Year's. I set 3 goals that I'm going to run more because I'm doing my half marathon, that I'm going to read a chapter every night.
That's so
That
good.
one's been a little Dry okay. January was really the 3rd goal, which has been doing great. Like haven't done that.
There you go.
I think those were my 3 goals, but yeah.
That's amazing.
Sticking to them. And then I'll set new goals February 1st, maybe. Yes. I'm doing monthly goals. I saw this thing on TikTok where it was like, if you have a goal for like your June self, think about how your January self is going to get you to the June self.
Yes.
So you set those goals to get you to that big goal at the end.
Yeah.
And I've been really trying to like do that.
I love that idea of like, you can't really go from where you are today to like, I want to be a millionaire. Because it's like, okay, well, how are you going to get $10,000, $100,000, $500? And it's like, work towards that because it's more achievable. But I like the idea of like, if you set a goal and you're like, I want to achieve this in 6 months. What do you need to do in 4 months to get there? What do you need to do in 2 months to get there? And like work backwards and be like, to get to that place in 2 months, I need to do this in the next 3 weeks. And then what do you need to do in the next week? What do you need to do tomorrow? And what do you need to do right now to get there in 6 months? Yeah. And I feel like working backwards like that is really helpful, and making a timeline, because it helps you hold yourself more accountable and it makes it seem more achievable rather than just like, I want to get there, but how? Create actionable steps with a timeline.
Yeah. And that's why the half marathon thing, like I have to run 13.1 on March 26th. Right now, my long run is 5 miles. I still have 8 miles to get there, right? That's the math? Yeah. I still have to do 8 more miles to get to the 13.1. But right now I'm at the 5, and next week I'll be at 6.
There you go.
So it's those little things that go like a long way, you know?
Totally.
I don't know. I also am like kind of like, I always played sports, like I'm an athlete. So like that part of it was easier for me to conceptualize the mental or like emotional growth in myself. Yeah. By trying to work on these other little things, you know, but I could equate it to like running too.
Oh my God, that's such a good analogy.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of athletes out there that struggle with mental health, and it's not talked about a lot. And, you know, I think like a lot of the things with the player, DeMar Hamlin, that like all of that stuff, like really, I think it showed a lot of emotional aspects of NFL players that aren't always talked about. Yeah. And I think a lot of athletes go through a lot of mental health things, but they feel like they look weaker or something like that because of it, where it's like, no, you could resonate with these things and open those things, and I think it's important to hear. So not saying that I'm a professional athlete. Hell, I couldn't even do intramural basketball without bringing my inhaler. Shit. But
I'm sure there's a pro athlete with exercise induced asthma. Yeah. We have one sitting right here. That was so sweet. No, I love that. And I love that just in general, mental health is talked about so much more now. Yeah. And there's so many resources. It's so important.
Yeah, I feel like we never heard about it when we were younger.
Yeah, like what a time to be alive, honestly.
Yeah, it's nice. It's definitely gotten a lot better. Yeah. My professional sport in mind, running my damn mouth. I can't fucking stop it.
Well, you're in the right place.
Damn it.
You found your team.
Yeah, go team. Team STI.
I'm Team STI. You guys, I've said it before. I'll say it again. The acronym for our podcast is STI. And this is a good PSA, actually. Go to the doctor. Get tested.
Yeah.
It's only going to help you.
Every 90 days.
90?
Yeah. Even more than that, you should go.
I thought it was... Well, I guess it depends on if you have new partners.
I go every 90 days regardless.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow. Kind of inspiring.
Yeah.
Good. It's always like so scary. And then I like panic attack until the test results come in. I'm like, okay, we're good. But like, everyone should know that. And there's nothing bad about having an STI as long as you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah, I remember too. I was even going for it during like COVID when it was like the world was locked down. Like I was seeing no one.
Wow.
At all. And then,
That's
but
amazing.
I'd be going every 3 months and I'm like, I would get like worked up and then I'm like, Jimmy, like you haven't even gone out to eat. Like you haven't left the home. Like
I know.
I don't think you have anything to be worried about, but I would get worried. I don't know. You know, it's always in the back
I
of your
know.
mind.
It's always like, I just get so paranoid, but then at the same time, it's like, it's not even the worst thing in the world.
No, but
like,
you
if
always
were
want to
to
protect yourself and protect
exactly.
others.
But I want to like not scare people. Like I wish it was like more common. I just like feel bad for people that have STIs and then they have to live with it and everyone's like, ew, that's gross. And it's like, don't make people feel bad.
It could happen to anyone.
Yeah,
anyone.
like, and it sucks. Like I hate hearing stories about people that are like, oh, my partner cheated on me and now I have an incurable STI or something. And I'm like, that is actually my worst nightmare. Like,
Yeah,
that is so sad.
That's so messed up.
Yeah. Wow, we've been going on a lot of tangents. Okay. I didn't even hit all of my topics of discussion.
Damn.
I'm like, do I do one more miscellaneous story and then we do a part 2 on the other topics?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I'll read you the options. New girlfriend has created an anonymous social media account to stalk my ex. Option 2, I started to cry after seeing my friends doing fun things on social media.
And after you're in a relationship.
When you're in a relationship.
Okay, yeah.
Or significant other posts on social media about us when she's upset. And whatever ones we won't do will be in our next episode. Or not the next one, but a part 2 episode.
The middle 2, I felt like were good. The posting with your friends and make you crying, and then posting about being emotional. That one I could talk more about, I feel like, because I did have an ex that did that. And
Let's do
out.
that. That sounds interesting.
Okay.
My 22 male, significant other, 23 female, posts on social media about us when she's upset. I, 22 male, have been seeing a girl, 23 female, in a situationship type deal since May of 2022. I have commitment issues and I've made it clear that I don't want to commit before. We're both in college and I'll be graduating in May of this year. We had plans tonight for her to come over and for me to make dinner. I ended up telling her that I didn't want to do that tonight because I'm feeling a bit down. Around an hour later, I got a call from one of my friends who asked if I wanted to grab a bite. I obliged and we went to a sports bar downtown. I told her who I was with and what we were doing. She texted me after and said that she was upset, which I understand. After that, though, she made a post on an app called Yik Yak. Yik Yak is an anonymous message board app that allows you to post messages within a 5-mile radius. This behavior has happened before when I haven't shown her attention or tell her I can't see her. I guess she's trying to gain affirmation from other people about how she's feeling. I'm considering cutting it off because I'm a private person and I wouldn't like my business, especially relationship related, to be aired to everyone. As he's posting on Reddit?
Okay, they both kind of sound toxic, but I think he's kind of more in like the wrong. I feel like he's playing games with her, maybe a little bit. I don't know. What was he down about that he invited her over, then uninvited her, and then went out to the bar with his boys? I could kind of feel like I see where she's coming from a little bit.
I mean, I just feel like they're not meant to be because he doesn't like her that much. And if he really liked her, he wouldn't be leading her on like this. And he would be ready to commit, I think.
Right, the commitment issue thing. And like, well, you're kind of bringing that up in your own. Like, that's obviously something that you know isn't maybe right.
I think he's just saying that to set the scene, though. He's like, I've been seeing this girl, but we're not dating because I don't want to date her. Like, that's basically just the background of the situation. But his problem and his question is, she's now posting on an anonymous site about our problems. And should I end it because of that? Because I don't want my business out there.
Right.
But it's
I mean, yeah, no, you go.
Yik Yak is anonymous. So one, how did you even know that it was her, right?
Yeah,
Yik
well,
Yak
I
is
would love to know
anonymous?
like what, yeah, it is anonymous. I would love to know what she had posted.
Do you think he's like low-key feeling insecure about his own actions? And he's like, oh, now you're airing it out. And it's like, are you just embarrassed of your own actions? And that's the problem? Because you saw this girl saying, oh, I'm talking to a guy and he blew me off and now he's hanging out with his friends. It's like, do you feel good about doing that? Or do you feel shitty about it and embarrassed? And that's why this is a problem. Because I feel like maybe that's more likely. Like, he knows he did something wrong. Maybe.
Yeah, like maybe a little bit of projection. And then, like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem, it seems toxic to me in general.
Yeah.
But I also, in social media in general, if you're in a relationship, well, they're not even in a relationship yet. No. They're not there. That's why I think this should be thrown in the trash. Call the garbage man, take it out, because that's obviously just like not going to work down the road. I've been in a relationship before where if there was like an argument about something or you weren't seeing eye to eye on something, he would go on Twitter and like tweet things. And I literally like was like, is this real life? Like,
that's bad.
You're going to tweet?
That's bad.
Like, am I too? Like, get out. Like, get out of here. Like, do not. Yeah. And like, a lot of times I feel like people turn to that, as you said, for like validation or to have other people kind of like whatever. I don't know. Like that would drive me up a wall. I'm like, really? You're going to post that on Twitter? Like, who the fuck cares on Twitter?
What if the person did it anonymously? Would it annoy you as much? Like, how did this guy even know that it was her? Or is he just really projecting? And he's like, oh, I thought it was her.
Yeah, I don't know.
He did write what she wrote.
Okay.
The post said, when he's too sick to see you, but not sick enough to go get dinner with his friend. The app partially anonymizes people by attaching an emoji and a color instead of a username to people. This can be toggled on and off when making a post. Hers was toggled on, and the majority of the people on the app know her and I.
So it was.
So are you just embarrassed that you did something shitty and now your friends know about it?
And she called your ass out.
Yeah, like, wouldn't it be the same thing if she just texted in your friend's group chat and was like, this guy blew me off, blah. It's like, wouldn't that be the same thing, I guess, if all your friends follow her on Yik Yak? I don't know. I think they're both so immature. Yeah. But I find the idea of like, oh, turning to social media when you're going through relationship problems interesting, because I am friends with this girl on Facebook that I knew from my past, and I don't use Facebook anymore, but in the past years, I would see every relationship fight they went through on her Facebook page, and I was like, isn't this just like obviously she was seeking validation from other people, or why else would you be posting? Because then everyone would go and comment and be like, no, like, he loves you, like, you know that you're meant to be, blah blah blah. Now they're married, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
And I mean, I still have Facebook. I don't go on it often, like, unless I get sent something or someone references, like, will text me and be like, but I have people from, like, my area, whatever, high school, be it, whatever it is, that will, like, post their, like, air out their drama online. And I can't lie. I'm like, you know what, let me grab a bag of Skinny Girl popcorn. I'll pop it, and I will sit here all night and read these posts. Like, I love it. I live for it.
I mean, it is a little bit, I don't want to say entertaining.
No, it is. It's entertaining, but it's also very sad.
Yeah.
Because I just like feel bad because these people post these things for this type of validation. And I'm like, you should have someone else in your life that you could talk to about this without airing it all out online.
I just find it so odd when people post about their problems, but then they're like, we're married, or like, we're engaged. It's like that typical caption when people get engaged and they're like, we've been through our ups and downs. And it's like, you don't need to write that on Instagram. Just write, like, I love you so much. Like, you don't need to tell us about all the downs you've gone through.
Right.
Like,
and that's what makes me feel bad for them.
Yeah.
And it's not in a way that, like, I'm pitying. Like, I don't mean it like that, but I don't know. I have never, and I would never, I don't think, be the person that would post my dirty laundry online like that. Yes. I
know this girl who was married and they had a kid together, and then they got divorced. And I guess, like, people would ask her about it or, like, go to her page, but she posted one time and was like, I'm not going to write what happened, but I will tell you one thing, I will never shit talk him online because that's my baby daddy, and it's never gonna happen. And I was like, honestly, respect.
Yeah, I think it's really important too when there's kids involved, because one day your kids will be old enough to read this and access this material, and if it's online, it's there forever. We've learned that enough times, right? But again, I also feel like we were in the generation or the time where our parents were like, do not post anything on social media, you will not get a job, you won't, whatever. I feel like that's kind of gone away now again.
Totally.
Where I feel like the younger kids are posting things, they're doing things online that are getting them in a lot more shit than we were in. And I don't know why, because it's just true. Like, you know, as we sit here and air our lives out.
Wait,
on
so
a social
true.
media platform.
I did find it ironic that this OP was saying she's trying to gain affirmation from other people. I'm considering cutting it off because I'm private and I don't like my business, especially my relationship, to be aired to everyone. It's like you're literally posting on Reddit.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it could be a fake account.
What's
but
a Reddit to a yik yak, though?
Yeah. What's a king to a god? What's a yik yak to a Reddit?
He sounds like a douche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is he? 22?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I can tell.
I could like picture him. I could picture him in my head.
I already know what his name is too.
Yeah. He probably
and
wears...
so do you, listeners.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. I could like see him walking on campus, you know, like...
Yeah. I think that this guy is blowing this out of the water. I think that you're a dickhead. Probably. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Because it's like, you're allowed to tell someone that you're not dating that you don't want to hang out with them.
Yeah,
and
I think they're both in the wrong.
Yeah, like you're allowed to then go and hang out with somebody else. Like that's not necessarily what's making you a bad person. But I feel like you getting mad that the girl is now like voicing that she's upset. It's like, what did you expect? Did you think she was going to be happy about it? Like you're leading her on.
Mm-hmm. And I think the responsible thing to do would be like, hey, like I'm kind of down and like I feel like I need to be with my friends tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that would be a better way of saying it than just being like, I don't feel like hanging out. Like I'm down. Or
saying like, could we do something tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's giving immature college kid energy.
Yeah, 100%.
Can't commit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would not post my relationship drama on social media, though. I feel like let's not do that. Maybe just on Reddit on a throwaway account. I could support that.
Yeah.
That's what's keeping this podcast alive.
Make yourself a hotmail.com or something like that.
Yeah.
And keep on posting, y'all.
Please send us your drama. Send us your problems. I love it. I love it.
Let me pop that skinny girl popcorn, baby.
We should have popcorn in the middle next time. No, we should have a live episode where people call in, tell us their stories, and we eat popcorn.
Yeah.
I would love that.
We could go live on like Instagram or TikTok or something, even.
That's a good idea too.
All of it.
All of it. Yes. And then we can have tea. We can have teacups and sip the tea. And then we could like spill it and be like, tea's being spilled. Shit. Yeah. The possibilities are truly endless.
Endless.
On this platform.
Right here, right now.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
Except I'll literally be here like just eating popcorn nonstop.
I love popcorn.
Popcorn and pretzels. Top 2 snacks ever.
Oh, you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
Oh, what kind of pretzels?
Sourdough. Yeah.
The hard ones.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
The only thing is that they get everywhere. That's the only bad part. But I love like for taste.
My dad didn't let us have them growing up because he's like, I don't feel like cleaning up after you.
Yeah.
We only could have the little nugget ones, which
those are still good.
Props. I will never let my children touch those hard ones. Well, I say that now. There's not a day that goes by that those pretzels won't be in my home.
You'll hide them in your bedroom.
Yeah. In the safe.
Yeah.
Lock them up.
Kids go to bed and Kelly runs to her room.
Let's
get out the sourdoughs.
That's my like, never mind. Okay.
This is what you have to look forward to if you marry and procreate with Kelly.
So true.
Endless sourdoughs.
But our house will be crumb free.
Oh, yeah. No crumbs.
Okay. I can't believe we didn't even get to 3 of the other topics that I made notes about. We have to do part 2.
Part 2.
Yeah. It's
hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because maybe we'll do this. We can put this episode out, get some feedback. That'll spark some other topics, opinions, thoughts in us. Then we do it again with the other topics, the other stories. There's so much.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Let's keep this thing rolling.
I don't know if I made sense on this episode. This was one that I do not look forward to editing because I'm scared that I'm going to be like, and what did you mean by that? What are you saying? And I'm scared about that. I'm nervous, but
it'll be fine.
I know our listeners are so kind and pure and sweet and understanding.
Dropping hints. Please.
Yes. Okay. Shall we wrap it up?
Wrap it up.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. It's my dream. I'm in a major podcast era. The podcast is slaying. If you are listening to this podcast, you're probably in your slay era. If not, you're about to enter it. As soon as you subscribe and rate 5 stars.
You could peek with Kelly.
I'll bring everyone. We'll all peek together. We'll all slay together. Let's close it out. I have one question for you.
Okay.
Would you rather never slay again or slay so hard every day that slay becomes nothing?
Oh. I thought it was going to be a fun question. Slay so hard every day that slay becomes nothing.
I agree.
And wake up every day and kill it.
I agree. And that's the energy that we will continue to bring into 2020 Slay 3.
Booyah.
Love you guys, and we'll see you in the next time. Bye!
Bye.